Here I am back out on the scene, the wilderness scene. It's 2020, February 11th, I think. And we're gonna try and get a little bit of skiing action. There's been a very small amount of snowfall this year. That's the end right there. Looks like there's enough snow, I hope. And then it goes up behind this hump here. I think there's a little more. Oh yeah, it's that second ridge. I'll probably start right there and go down this. Looks patchy. From this place right here, that snow patch is really close. So we're gonna camp here tonight, maybe another night. We'll see how it goes as far as the temperature is concerned. What I did was gathered up some pine needles to put my tent on to insulate me from the ground. And it's going to be cold because there's a small runnel over here, this creek. It's pretty fortunate that I'm so close to it for my water supply. And you can see down here it's been melting and freezing. I'm going to get set up. So I'm here with my Sierra Designs Super Flash vintage 4-season tent. I didn't bring the rain fly. It's not gonna rain. But what's nice about this tent, and what's hard to find anymore, is a tent that completely closes off any wind or breeze from coming in. Now the main reason I'm here is not just for the snow, but to try a new sleeping bag. It's a Kelty 0-degree bag, and it's called Cosmic Down. And I think it's 60% goose, no, maybe 80% goose down and 20% polyester. I really didn't know there was any feathers in it until I stuffed it before I came. 3 3/4 pounds. It's not bad for a 0-degree bag of this nature. And for the price, which was $2 1/4 plus tax, I'll let you know in the morning how it works out. It's been a problem for me finding a warm enough bag to be out in these lower temperatures. And basically I'm thinking I'll be at around 32 degrees by late morning. Tasting a beer, Revision Staff of Life. I guess it's just an IPA, probably a hazy. Northeastern style double India Pale Ale. Like 88% of their beers. Alcohol volume 8%, IBUs 38, which is surprising because I think when I first opened it, it was quite a bit more carbonated than it is now. It's a nice mellow beer, a bit slightly danky with a lemon bitter start, and kind of a malty, fruity ending. Still there, still flavors there. Decent beers for sure. Revision Brewery. The artwork on their cans is always cool. A little spendy. Like $4 a can if you're lucky. Hey. Oh yeah. It got cold right away. It's like that cold is just coming from the snow. Here's my warm-up. Flank steak with broccoli. Thai Kitchen lemongrass chili noodles. I wouldn't have anything else other than that Whisper Light stove in this cold weather. I even tested it before I left to make sure it was working. I need that sucker. Here I am after dinner, and I'm having a weird anxiety attack. Hard to frame it, describe it. I got inside the sleeping bag and it's really, really tight, constraining. It feels like a straitjacket. And it's keeping me warm down there. My arms are cold, but I don't feel I want to get in there. And I just had to open this tent door and look outside and get some air, and man, it's really weird. Like, almost like I shouldn't be here. It's just what it feels like. Oh, I gotta stretch. Oh man. I slept for probably 12 hours. It's all you can do when it gets cold is, well, maybe have a fire. Don't need that, but it was a long night. And the big question to answer is, did that bag keep me warm? No. My hips were cold, and then my toes were cold. Oh, I even got out a hand warmer, try and warm up my hip. And the cold was coming from the top down, it wasn't from the ground up. 32 degrees in the tent last night. It was just something that wears on you, nags at you. Can't go back to sleep because you can't get warm. And now it's real nice and toasty. 50 degrees in the tent when the sun came up. And there's sort of like phases of the morning. You know, like 6 phases. Last night the moon was really bright. It came up late, so it was probably over here when the sun started to brighten things up around here. And then there was a low layer of clouds that the sun had to beat above to finally come out. And last night was this crazy anxiety I felt from nowhere. And it was getting cold. My arms were cold outside of the bag. So I sort of made an intermediate cover of one side and one side out. And this gentle breeze through these pine needles last night calmed me down. All set for the day journey, whatever it brings. The pack is set. I couldn't leave the tent in the sun like that. I'm taking a chance with my food here. I don't think there are bears. There's not enough cover, habitat. There are cats. There's a road right here, and it's closed, but it keeps going up, and I think it switches up the side of that open ridge there. I've been here before. One of my first excursions was on foot, and I came up here and went above these deciduous trees and hiked up to Langley Reservoir. So the road ends right here. It was actually nice to take. We're just gonna go up this ridge line here. Got a bunch of big cat tracks here. They're pretty fresh. Hey, I got one successful turn without falling. It might just be all I get this year. Not much snow this year. 2020 springtime skiing. Oh, I guess it's better than nothing. Forgot to pack the camera. Looks like we'll get a bald-headed departure scene. Hey! Had this sitting in the sun all afternoon. Hope she starts right up. It's a good time. Good time to get back out, even if it was for only one night. Got some great exercise too.